Hi, my name is Angela McCausland. I'm a running coach and I am also a runner. And this year I will be running Bath Half for the 15th or 16th time. I must add it up so that I know exactly. And I'll be running for Bath Rugby Foundation, and I've done that for the last 8 years with them.
Hi, I'm Jack Hill. I'm the Community Liaison Officer and I work for Bath Rugby Foundation. I'm very new to running and, this will be my first time running a half marathon or running any sort of distance at all. And it's been a really interesting journey so far. Angela, lovely to see you again.
You too.
I am running more than I've ever ran in my entire existence.
Great, glad to hear it.
That has given me a whole mixed bag of feelings, but on the whole, I'm feeling sort of fitter than I've ever been before, which is brilliant. I'm feeling anyway really inspired by the community around us, like seeing all the other runners, their sponsorship, know why we're doing this for a really good cause. But we are 4 weeks away, we're 1 month from the half marathon, which is a little bit daunting, but where should my headspace be at? What should I be thinking about now going into this?
Okay, lots of things there, but fantastic that you're feeling fitter and well done on the sponsorship. I mean, I think personally for me, sponsorship, when somebody sponsors you personally, it's like they want to be with you on your journey and they want to be with you on the day, and it's useful to have that on the day when we're having a little bit of a sort of, why am I doing this? And remember that people are sponsoring you and the reason why you're raising the money. So yeah, that's really good to hear. So February, right, you say like we're about a month away. February is the month where you should be thinking about your longest training run.
Okay.
Now, I would say either 3 or 4 weeks out, depending on what life throws you. The distance or time of your longest training run it's a difficult one. There isn't a magic answer. Okay. But if it's because it's your first half marathon, generally speaking, you wouldn't be running the half marathon distance in training.
Okay.
So again, I'm talking about rules of thumbs and being very generic. If you're running in miles, I would say 10 miles is the longest run, or 15 kilometres as your longest training run, depending on which one you're working with.
Sure.
The reason for that is on the day itself, you get an extra sort of added oomph of the crowd and running with people and the great atmos. And of course, if you run too far in training, you might end up being really exhausted for the day itself. So have a think about your goal for February is what's my longest training run?
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be 15 kilometres. I'd say that's a sort of maximum for a beginner.
Oh, really? Nice. So try not to do much more than that. That's like, again, quite reassuring. Like this picture in my mind that maybe I've got to run more than the actual marathon, so I'm ready for it.
Not
actually between 10 and 15 kilometres.
Yeah, nearer to 15 I would be as a coach, I would be happier. Have a look at the route.
Okay.
Now it's a 2-lap route, and I'm not saying go and run the entire route.
Sure. Okay.
There are certain aspects of it I definitely do not recommend running in training. The Lower Bristol Road, the speed limit is 60 miles an hour for the traffic. You do not want to be running on the pavement that's that big.
Yeah. Okay.
Plenty of time for it in the race itself, but you can practice things like the where the start is. Okay. And practice, the start, the end, maybe a little bit of the loops, running along Newbridge Road. I do some training runs on Sundays that we will be doing the start and end of Bath Half route and maybe half a loop, just to get used to the route. You don't have to do that. That's a nice to have, because I know some people don't live in Bath. So it's not going to make the run better if you do it. It's just, if you live in Bath and you can do it, it's just a nice to have, if you like. Which also brings me to another really, really important thing about timings on the day. Okay. Because if you are travelling in from somewhere outside of the city, you want to think about what time you're leaving, leaving extra time for traffic, parking, etc. Usually the runners will be taken to the start line a good half an hour, 20 minutes before the run. Now, all of those things added on could mean that you're leaving your house at 7 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
Remember we talked about practicing that breakfast and that nutrition? Well, it might be that you have to think, well, I'm going to have to take my breakfast with me.
Yeah.
And I always eat my breakfast at 2 hours before I run. It works for me. So you might have to improvise and bring your breakfast with you.
Sure, okay.
We do have the advantage of having the church where we can arrive early, and you know you could take your breakfast and bring it there if necessary. But you want to be thinking about timings of you know, actually getting there, and timings of fueling as well. So again, that's another thing you can practice.
Yeah.
By this time, hopefully the weather will be looking a bit nicer, so you can do another practice run in your kit that you're wearing. I think certainly for myself, when I first started running, I thought that training was all about the miles or the kilometers that you put on, and the, you know, it isn't. It's all the other bits and pieces. You know, so if you've got your hydration vest now, and you've got your drink bottle, you know, perhaps start experimenting with maybe some electrolyte powders and so practice all of these things.
Yeah, okay. No, that's really great. Thank you so much.